sounds a little better. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Jesus. Derp state. It was the derp state that got me.
You're watching Blunt Politics with Boston Brian.
Let's go. Third time's a charm, huh? Third time is a charm. What do you say? What do you say? Thank you, guys. I'm not hearing myself. Hopefully you're hearing me. Let me know if it sounds all right. Let me know if it looks all right. How's everybody doing? My apologies. My apologies for the technical issues behind the scenes. My apologies for my frustrations of those technical issues behind the scenes. I shall get used to it. I am not yet, as you can see. But so far, so good. Everybody's hearing me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. All right, Diane, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jackie, for being here. Dan, Marianne, Loquera, as always, PB, Yardis, Mark, Josh, Alyosha, Stargal. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure everybody knows I'm back up here for the third time. It just, come on. You never see, you know, like you get to see how the sausage is made. You know what I mean? So like other YouTube channels that you subscribe to, they're probably already established. You don't really get to see the changes if you were to donate or contribute to that said channel. You know, you may see different contributors hop on there, but you know, when you contribute to this channel, you know, patreon.com/Boston Brian, or, you know, YouTube memberships on the channel. If you hit the join button down here, or just sharing, liking, commenting, you know, whatever you can do on there, you get to see how it gets put into good use. You know, the new lights, cameras, when I upgrade, computer when I upgrade, sound equipment when I upgrade. So it should be pretty fulfilling to you guys as well, seeing this channel grow, hopefully, if it does continue to grow. But again, thank you guys for sticking with me through that ridiculous episode. It's just, I don't even like watching myself back, never mind hearing myself 2 or 3 times in my ear. Nothing worse than that. Terrible. I don't like the way I sound. Thank you, Bri. I appreciate you for 1 month. Carl, 1 month. I appreciate you. Let's go. Michael, how you doing? Issues Bunny, how you doing? Becky, Loquera, like I said, Elizabeth, Cosmic Rose, Sea Love, Jason, Toby, the whole damn fam. Let's go. All right. So, a couple things to get to. Let's see. I got notes that I usually take a lot of time preparing, and then absolutely do not look at or use at any point during any live stream. So I'm gonna try to, you know, get better on that. So thank you to everybody that's contributed to the show so far. I just wanted to really show my appreciation to anybody that's contributed to in any way, shape, or form to the show so far, especially the people that joined us on Easter, one of the most, you know, family-oriented holidays where you didn't have to be here. Obviously, you did have better things you could have been doing. So for you guys to be here and join me on Easter was fantastic. I really appreciated it. Gen X George, if he is in the chat, I just wanted to give a big shout out to him. I wanted to wish him well. I know he's been battling some health issues lately. He's fresh out of the hospital. So if he's in the chat, or if he's going to be in the chat, wish him some love, show him some support. That would be fantastic. Lot to get to. You know, Trump leaking that once again he's going to be giving, you know, the richest people in this country tax breaks. In the, you know, a society in which we see the biggest stretch between the rich and the poor. which is just ridiculous. So, but it's not his first time. I know everybody likes to think that it's like a leaked audio. I don't think he gives a shit, really, because it's not the first time. There's audio and video that I pulled up from, I want to say 3 months ago, where he basically just said the same thing, that, you're all rich people and I'm going to give you tax breaks. And so I don't think it's really a case that he didn't think the cameras were on. I don't think he gives a fuck, to tell you the truth. So hopefully. Is he here? Is George here? Is Jorge here? 5 eggs, how are you? Carl, thank you for your help. I appreciate you. Mel, as always, thank you for your assistance. Thank you for calming me down. I don't know what I'd do without you. Yeah, I mean, but I don't think it's a huge news story or anything that we didn't already know about, that Donald Trump is all for giving tax breaks to the richest people in this country. But before we get to that, I do want to run one little Pokey. Where's Pokey at? I saw in the chat. Come on, where's Pokey? Let's go. Show your face. I want to run one audio test. Just let me know if you can hear this. I'm going to play a drop in I'll count it down and just let me know who can hear it and where you can hear it. In 3, 2, 1. Obama. Let me know if you could hear it and what it said. So I don't know you're lying to me. Anybody. Give me one. Somebody can hear it. Hopefully somebody can hear it. Let's go. Yes, somebody heard it. Yes. Let's go. So that's Twitch, though. Oop, Treva on YouTube heard it. Jeremy on YouTube heard it. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to try one more. In 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to come.
All right, tell me that you heard that one and what it said, and then we'll kick off the show. That way I know it's working. Yes, Cosmic Rose. Let's go. Yes. All right. I just wanted to make sure. For some reason, now, how in the world of electronics this is possible? The Stream Deck, the expensive Stream Deck that I have, was so generously sent by Carl and Adam. Shout out to Carl and Adam for also the beautiful laptop that I'm using to do this with. I downloaded all the files. I named them. I made them all look pretty on the Stream Deck. It's hooked right into the computer. Somehow they don't play on that. But if I have it on my phone, which is not hooked up to the computer, and just okay, all right, Mel. Sorry. All right, I got you. All right, let's get into this one. I got shout outs from the producer telling me to shut up. Let's roll. On to our first victim of the day. All right. Everybody's going to know. Everybody knows who this guy is, right? Everybody knows. And if you were watching the live stream before, you're obviously going to know who it was. Let me set it up here. I'm going to do a little bit of this. I'm doing a little bit of this. And let me make that a little bit bigger. I'm going to stop it right away. All right. Here we go. Little setup on this one. America's mayor, who has seen one of the most rapid falls from grace, let's say, out of any distinguished politician or, let's say, police officer type in our country that pretty much anybody's ever seen. I mean, this guy, I haven't seen. I know. I just wanted to get Stargirl. I'm trying. I got the producer in my ear. You know what I mean? The producer's telling me to move on. I got to listen to the producer. I don't want to get kicked off my own show. Next thing you know, somebody else is going to be hosting Blunt Politics with Boston Bryant because I don't listen to the producer. Anyways, let me know you can hear it. Let me know you can see it. We'll listen to what Rudy has to say about the earthquakes that rattled New York City, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, which we did feel around here. I don't think anybody actually knew what the hell it was until we heard about it after, because obviously Massachusetts is not one for earthquakes, not really what we're known for. But let's see what Rudy the Colludi has to say about it.
And then we were in the state of Connecticut, and we just escaped all of the earthquakes. And then we got to Massachusetts, which probably had some earthquakes.
No, we felt it. We didn't have the earthquake. We felt the earthquake.
And we got to New Hampshire, there are no earthquakes, which is telling me that somebody's sending us a message. The communist states are getting earthquakes.
Did you hear that one? Did you hear that one? Bet you didn't know that one. Bet you didn't know that about the seismic activity that's going on underneath the United States. That it only targets communist states. I can't even take this. I thought I was going to get through a little bit more. Let's try this one again. Look.
Good evening.
Look at his face.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It's Rudy Giuliani with America's Mayor Live from New Hampshire, where
Is he drunk? 24 seconds. I'm not even 20 seconds in. Oh, I gotta play it again. Look at this. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay. Here we go.
good evening. It's Rudy Giuliani with America's Mayor Live from New Hampshire, where we left the communist state of New York. And then we were in the state of Connecticut, and we just escaped all of the earthquakes.
He truly believes it. With all sincerity, he believes it.
And then we got to Massachusetts, which probably had some earthquakes. And we got to New Hampshire, there are no earthquakes, which is telling me that somebody's sending us a message. The communist states are getting earthquakes. I think that's what look at California. You can't have more earthquakes than California.
Clearly proves that it's a communist state. Clearly, 100%. Without a doubt.
You want to figure out why? Now they're going to say I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they don't have a sense of humor. They're not even human anymore. They're Marxist automatons. I'm Rachel Madcow. What do I say tonight? Let me see. What are the words? The most recent crime Biden has been accused of has been debunked. And then all of them say, debunk, 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 debunk.
What the fuck is going on?
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
What is going on? Oh my goodness gracious. It's too good though. It really is too good. Come on. This is like chef's kiss. This is one of the right's most foremost experts. This is one of their leaders. This is who they turn to, even though he's been shunned out by the actual leader of the group and, won't be paid anything that he's owed for all the legal trouble that he went through trying to overturn the. Anyway, back to the fun.
Oh, the earthquake. The earthquake was a surprise. Now, you should know that I had an earthquake when I was the mayor of New York in 2001.
Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
And I am one of the few people that knows that there's a fault line that goes right through New York City, comes down.
One of the few people that knew that. One of the few people. Nobody else knew. Only a couple. It's a big secret.
If you know New York City, and a lot of travelers will understand this because you come in over the Triborough Bridge, which has been
The Triborough Bridge. What was that, Rouge? What was that, buddy? Can you go backwards on that? What was that, buddy? Spit that one
I had
again.
an earthquake when I was the mayor of New York in 2001. And I am one of the few people that knows that there's a fault line that goes right through New York City, comes down. If you know New York City, and a lot of travelers will understand this because you come in over the Triborough Bridge, which has been
What? And they want to go after Biden? And they want to go after Biden. Give me a break. I'd like to know what time of day this was fucking filmed at. I'd like to know when this is filmed. Was this like 10:30 in the morning, Rudy? Huh? A little breakfast scotch, Chief? Huh? A little Irish whiskey in the cereal there, boss? What's going on?
renamed.
It's a fault line that goes through Rudy's brain. Oh, Jenny. Jenny, who can I turn to?
Maybe the Robert Kennedy Bridge. It is. Okay. That's okay. I'm okay with that. And
Thank you, Deanne. No, thank you for sticking with me. Don't thank me. I was going to scramble until I got it working no matter what. I probably was going to be here talking to about 3 people at that point, but luckily I have help from good people that actually know what's going on, because I just have absolutely no plan. I have good people to help me calm down and maybe focus a little more on what needs to be done. So thank you to you guys. Appreciate it.
when you come down the drive, okay, the fault line is about a quarter of a mile parallel to the drive. It comes down from the Bronx. It actually comes down from the mainland United States.
It actually comes down from like the North Pole almost. There's a big pole, and whoever put that fucking thing in there put it so deep that it put a crack in the earth, and it runs right from that motherfucker straight down through New York City underneath, down to Texas, right out into the fucking sea. We never found that bastard, but if we do, we're gonna lock him up with the rest of the mafia people that I'm famous for locking up. Is what we're gonna do.
Remember, aside from the Bronx, New York City is all islands.
This is our fault line. This is fucking our fault line, not your fault line. This ain't your fucking fault line. Your fault line's over there. You want to go over there and fuck with your own fault line, go over there and fuck with your own fault line. But you don't fuck with our fault line, okay? Our fault line doesn't go into Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Texas. It doesn't go nowhere. This is our fucking fault line.
Only one part of New York City is connected to the mainland of the United States, and that's the Bronx. That's the place people are leaving the most because of Democrats.
They've been saying that Democrats are leaving these places for so long. How is there anybody left in these places? Like, California must be just fucking completely empty. I mean, it just must be taken over by coyotes, wolves, fucking, and whatever else fucking lives out there. Oil. Who else is out? People have been leaving in droves if you've been listening to these fucking people for so long. Who's out there anymore? Fucking, like, how long can it's like Mike Lindell saying that Trump was going to be reinstated. Like, how long can you get away with that before it's like, okay, you fucking.
So you come down, fault line comes down that way, goes right past Gracie Mansion, which is where I used to live, and then it goes.
Oh, what are the chances? What are the chances? You know how they like to get on Biden because he kind of says he has a connection to a lot of different groups because he's a politician and he's the president of the United States, and he's lived a long and in full life and has done a lot of things and can recall situations where he's been with, people that have worked in the industries of the people that he's talking with at the moment, and, truck drivers or, pilots, whatever it may be. They like to get on him because he says, basically, he brings up examples in his past life of when he met a pilot or when he drove a truck or, whatever the fucking case may be. Rudy just happened to live right over the fault line, you know, because he's got to have some connection to this in some way. The fucking earthquake was where he lived, but he wasn't there. It chased him around all these states, but somehow he managed to escape into New Hampshire to evade said earthquake. This is what he's saying. Don't at me. This is what he's saying.
Out over the East River into Queens, and it can do a lot of damage. Just the last one actually was 2010 when Bloomberg was mad. It was worse, but that
of course it was obviously worse under Bloomy, right? Billionaire elitist. I mean, the earthquakes must have been searching that motherfucker out.
That got me to study the whole thing. I went on television and explained it.
He went on television to explain the earthquake? He studied. This is like Trump. This is like Trump when he says that his decision to, what was it, the Golan Heights, I believe, was based off of a 5-minute. He says he told one of his people to give him a 5-minute brief explanation of the history of Israel and Palestine. And that's how he made his decision on the Golan Heights and moving the embassy after a 5-minute discussion, after knowing nothing before that. Is that I don't want my leader making a fucking snap decision like that. Kind of like the time where Mark Milley had to go to the White House because he was given an order to withdraw troops from 3 different nations with no fucking no prior notice, no military tech, expertise put into the decision-making process. So he actually went into the White House and had to talk to several different of the White House chief of staff, Trump's chief of staff, Pence's chief of staff. Like, what the fuck is going on with this? And they all brought it to Donald Trump, and obviously whatever happened after 15 minutes, they came back and said the order was rescinded, just like that. In order to remove completely U.S. forces from 3 different nations with no prior planning or military expertise that went into the decision-making of that. That's fucking insane. Insane.
In this particular case,
I see.
Mayor Adams took an hour and a half to get on television.
Hold on. I feel like Pokey feels unseen. Where is she? I know. I don't always look at the chat, and I'm sorry. I'll get better at it. Where are you? I'm looking for you. I'm going. I'm gonna scroll back on this motherfucker till I find you. I'm scrolling. There you are. Poofed yet again. So if I can tell you, please, let me see this. Yes, I see you, Poke. I poked it. I poked that comment, Pokey. Let's go. You're seen and appreciated and loved. I thank you. I'm sorry if I missed several hundred of your previous comments. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I just want to make sure you can hear me, for fuck's sake.
His mayor's emergency management unit, which I take great pride in because I started it, took an hour to get on. And if it wasn't for Curtis Sliwa on WABC radio, nobody would have known what was going on. Hochul was going on. Hochul, the first time she appeared on television, this is what she looked like. Earthquake. They have earthquakes in New York. Took an hour to get on. And if it wasn't for Curtis Sliwa on WABC radio, nobody would have known what was going on. Hochul was going on. Hochul, the first time she appeared on television, this is what she looked like. Earthquake.
America's mayor, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I give you. This is what's going on right now. This is what's happening. This is America's mayor. Talking about a woman, I did mute myself. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mute myself. You're quick. How'd you see that, Diane? For Christ's sakes. I was muted for about 0.2 seconds there, Chief. You got them good eyes. You get them good eyes. I appreciate it. Yeah, look at this. Look at this bag of shit right here, okay? Look at this fucking total bag of shit. This man was once like, can you? All right, I'll make it anecdotal. Like after 9/11, standing with New York, the people of New York, fucking this fucking guy. Try not to be too rude. But geez, what has going on since then? I mean, Tim, I know he's got his drinking problems, but you know, I've seen I don't know. I know a lot of people that have drinking problems and don't necessarily act like this, you know, or take a turn like this. That, you know, look at this nonsense.
Yeah, earthquake in New York. Holy shit. Here's the thing wrong with them, in addition to being Marxists. They're incompetent. They don't know how to run a government because they have their head filled with all kinds of crazy, freaking silly ideas.
Get this 3 ahead. Get that one 3 ahead. Get the shit that he just said, right? For the last, how long has he been on? For the last 3 minutes and 41 fucking seconds of our lives. Think about the shit that you just heard. Okay? Now, let's hear what he had to say about us. Let's hear what was that,
In addition
Rudy?
to being Marxists. They're incompetent. They don't know how to run a government because they have their head filled with all kinds of crazy, freaking silly ideas.
We, our side of the aisle, the Democrats, have our heads filled with silly friggin' ideas. But Rudy Giuliani is in New Hampshire to outrun a fucking earthquake. I gotta have something for that.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
Like, Jesus Christ.
So for an hour,
hold
to
on.
an hour and a
What
half,
do we
New
got?
Yorkers didn't know what was going on unless
Hey, Master Brian, I've been busy with a 2-day estate sale after my house was auctioned for late HOA dues. I thought I'd miss your stream. Aw, Dexy, appreciate you being here. Thank you for that. You're the best. I hope everything went well. Fuck HOAs, right? People don't like them, I heard, no. We got them. I've never been a part of an HOA or a condo or a complex or anything that had HOAs, but I heard they are no bueno, is what I heard. In some cases, I'll cover my ass in that way. In some cases,
they happen to get on a
Crimson, how are you? Andrea, thank you for your services. JP, how are you? Dexy, nice to see you again. Carl, HOAs suck. Yeah. Fairy Tanya, thank you for your services again. Robert D. Mel, as always, thank you for your services. And thank you for you guys. You're watching Blunt Politics with Boston Brian. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share if you can. Check out the Patreon. You can check out the website too, bostonbrian.com. I know we're going to start adding a lot of stuff to that. Mel has done a fantastic job of setting that up. I know it's got the links and the merch on there. You can also check out the merch on the YouTube channel somewhere. You can join as a member for a few dollars a month. You can help out and watch this channel grow, and we can actually do it together and feel like we did it together and know that we did it together, which is pretty cool. Hobby Monster, you rock. I don't rock. You rock. I got a bunch of fucking lights and cameras. That's about it. That's the only thing that separates me from you guys. And thank you to everybody while I got to stop. Thank you to everybody that watched and stayed along with Hal and I yesterday as we had our discussion about what's been going on between Israel and in Palestine, inside of Gaza and the West Bank and stuff. So we went a lot longer. He went a lot longer than he normally did. He allocated a lot of time and invited me back up. And if you want to check out that discussion, that's on Hal's YouTube channel. I don't know how it works with me posting it, but just go to Hal's channel, check it out. It was a great discussion. I appreciate everybody who stayed and watched and commented and showed support afterwards. So thank you. I do appreciate it. What do we got? We got Tom Pruitt says it was a great discussion. Thank you. I do appreciate that. It does have to be had between, even like-minded individuals and people on the same side. Obviously, we don't all agree on everything. That would be ridiculous. So to hear pushback, or not to call it pushback, but to hear other vantage points and ideas and, stuff that in my eyes have seen that, maybe his hasn't, and vice versa, the stuff that he knows that I don't know. So it contributes both ways. I learned a lot of things, and hopefully he got a different perspective on what everybody else is thinking. Because I know I've seen in the chats of, no fart gun. I'm not can't copy. Al said I was trying to copy his drops. I think I have one drop that he has, which is the Obama. But everybody has that fucking one, right? I mean, I'd like to see the plaque on his wall with a world record holder of he was the first one to have the drops. But anyways, chances are I'm not going to end up getting to use them that much anyway. It's too much to even do with them on the screen. But I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that joined the conversation, commented, and put in their 2 cents.
Station that had an intelligent, experienced reporter like WABC put on Curtis, because Curtis has been through 5 earthquakes, including 2 in California.
Please tell me he just put up 4 fingers. Please tell me he just put up 4 fingers. Did he just put up 4 fingers?
That had an intelligent, experienced reporter like WABC put on.
Thank you, Lucky Star. I appreciate it. And honestly, it does mean a lot, because sometimes when you feel like you got audio and video mistakes and mess ups and everybody's going to leave, go somewhere else and stop watching your channel. But I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Thank you.
Curtis, because Curtis has been
What happened? Where'd he go? Why'd he stop?
through 5 earthquakes, including 2 in California. I've been through 4, including 2 in California.
All right. I missed it.
He did a great job.
I'm pretty sure he put up
in great detail.
4.
They happened to get on a station that had an intelligent, experienced reporter like WABC put on Curtis, because Curtis has been through 5 earthquakes.
He does. He puts up 4 fingers and says 5 earthquakes. What a fucking chooch.
Including 2 in California. I've been through 4, including.
Well, that's why he put up 4 the first time, because he confused. He makes okay. Let's Joe. What was, and you were saying about Biden? You were saying something about Biden.
2 in California, and he did a great job, and he explained it in great detail, and also calmed people down, because an earthquake in New York, you can never predict. We don't know what's happening with the plates under the earth. We don't know. We really don't.
Oh man.
But nobody's ever died.
Wait, what? I'll be leaving my YouTube channel soon. It's futile. What's futile? Don't you fucking dare leave your YouTube channel. You're gonna have some fucking pissed off people if you do. People ain't gonna be happy with you. Making brash decisions like that.
That I can think of in an earthquake in New York. We almost had a death once. So the minute I heard about it, I was kind of okay with it. We were driving here, but then when I heard it was 4.8, I said, "Wow,
wow!" He said,
"That's a big earthquake," and I am shocked that it didn't do more.
I think damage is the word. Maybe damage is the word you're looking for. I'm thinking damage.
More physical, not only damage to property, but I don't think anybody died. I don't think anybody was seriously injured. I don't think. But it's not weird, and it happens all the time. And usually those earthquakes are 1.8, 2.
D coming through strong. Thank you so much, D. Appreciate you. Let's go. 10 fortunate people just getting a free membership from D. So please make sure to thank D in the chat if you are one of the lucky ones to get one. I do appreciate it. Hold on, there's something about Rudy I saw. What did you say, Brandon? Why? Oh.
2, you get a little of this, and that's it, So thank God we got through it, and also realized honestly, as Republicans have been telling you, and as intelligent conservatives have been telling you from the beginning of the Republic, you don't really need the government.
How the fuck did he work that into the earthquake story? Honestly, how the fuck? You're going to talk about a natural disaster and then talk about not having the need for government. Who's... Where is it?
Fuck you, you fucking dick.
Yeah, right. Say it again. Asshole. I mean, what if there was significant damage? What if people were displaced? What if people were injured and did die? You would want the government to have agencies and ways to help the citizens and ways to take care of the people, correct? Just like we do after hurricanes and tornadoes. And I mean, am I like... I don't know. Again, I feel like once a show, I feel like I'm on a different fucking planet than every single one of these fucking people. I just don't... Makes no sense to me.
Because they don't know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, Curtis Sliwa, who's not in the government, knew a hell of a lot more about earthquakes than anybody Adams has working for him. They were going like, earthquake, what's an earthquake? We don't get them in there. They took an hour to an hour and a half to get on. If we had a real earthquake, the whole city would have been dead. Thank God we didn't. 14 states were affected. It began at 10:23 in the morning, Eastern time.
So he said it was... Did he just say it was not a real earthquake? Is that what I got? Is that what I'm getting from that one?
The center point was Lebanon, New Jersey, which is 40.
Jesus. Can't wait till the right attaches and fucking latches onto that one. Of course it was in Lebanon. It was Lebanon. They must be Lebanese there. It's the Lebanese people because it's Lebanon. I know it's New Jersey, but it says Lebanon. So, dark people and shit.
45 minutes from New York and 50 minutes from Philadelphia. Very centrally located.
Sparklers, let's go. I appreciate you guys. I think we're still working on something. I don't know if there's been a definitive answer for what my chat's going to be called. I can't have a say in it. I know everybody likes to ask me my opinion, but the whole point is for me not to have an opinion on it, not to pick it, for you guys to pick it organically. But in due time, Rudy needs a leash.
I said it hit 42 states.
I don't know how. Oh shit!
Went from.
How do I get that up? How do I move this thing? Can I move this thing? I can't move this thing.
Went all the way up to 42 minutes, right? It went from Maine.
What was that, Rude? Hold on. Run that by me again, sweetheart. One more time, sweetie. Give it to me again. Give me those facts that you're reading straight off the fucking screen again.
45 minutes from New York and 50 minutes from Philadelphia. Very centrally located. I said it hit 42 states.
I can see how you can mix up 42 states, considering you already said it hit 14 states about 13 seconds ago. So I could see how you might think it hit, I don't know, another 30-something states after that, after it had already happened.
Went all the way up to 42 minutes, right? It went from
Right. That's what I said. I said that. That's what I said.
Maine to it went from North Carolina.
Who's in the background? Why doesn't the person in the background just hop in front of the fucking camera and do this themselves? Because clearly they know more about it than fucking Rudy will ever know.
To Maine into Canada. 142,000 people felt it, and a potential. Gosh almighty, it could have been like.
Just make it up, Rudy. Just make it up. Obviously, clearly you don't have the number in front of you, so just make it
14
up. Gosh almighty. If you say gosh almighty, it makes it more believable.
15 million people.
Maybe 100 million. What was that? Was it 300? The whole country, right? I think it was the whole country. And Europe. And Europe, apparently. I think it was
1,000 people felt it, and a potential gosh almighty, it could have been like 14 million, 15 million people. There were 3 aftershocks.
What is 14, 15 million people? What the fuck are you saying? What the fuck is you saying? What the fuck is he talking about?
It went from North Carolina to Maine into Canada. 142,000 people felt it, and a potential, gosh almighty, it could have been like 14 million, 15 million people. There were 3 aftershocks.
I guess just move on, I guess, right? It's like when Trump fucks up on the teleprompter, just brush past it, just move on. We'll just scrap that thought. We didn't just scrap that one.
And one of them was at Bedminster, New York.
Okay, here we go. Let's see here. So his ex-wife decided to roll over?
Do you know New Jersey? You know what Bedminster, New Jersey is? Donald Trump's golf course. No damage.
No, it's a miracle. Oh, geez, it's a miracle. It's not. It's not. Thank God that place wasn't damaged in any way. I would hate to see that place get damaged.
Damage.
What?
0 damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut the fuck up in the background, Chief. How about that? How about you shut the fuck up or grab a fucking mic?
Built nice and strong foundation.
Yeah.
It's guys. Sounds to me like, thank you, Danny. Appreciate you. We are maniacs, and I am a maniac, and I have friends that will give you stories from the past that can back that up. But once again, I have no input. It sounds like the person in the back might either be drunk also or have some sort of possible disability, so I will refrain from mocking them in any way because I'm not quite sure at this point.
But yeah,
The best foundation.
then they're not allowed to say that. We'll be taken off the air if we say he had a strong foundation.
Yeah.
And
a lot of money too, by the way. Hold on.
And the
What?
flights were canceled for a while. They've all been resumed. And just from a proud Yankee fan, while it was going on, a young man named Gleyber Torres, who plays second, short, and third for the Yankees, just continued his batting practice.
Really?
Oh. All right. Let people in California they would laugh at this. So they probably are laughing at this, considering the size and magnitude of the earthquakes that they've felt over the years. But this one lasted, what did he just say? It was what? How long did it last? A couple minutes? If that, right? Well, let's, he didn't even stop doing batting practice in an empty stadium where there was, what's he going to do? Run in the dugout?
Just looked like it must have looked like a tough curveball, but it only goes on for a minute or two. So there he is standing at the plate.
Oh my God. Oh, there's got to be something. What's he got?
Yesterday is a hard word for me.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
Oh, I got to see it again. Let's get it. Rudy, show us how you do batting practice, Rudy. I'll even make him the full screen. Let's make him full screen. Rudy, show us how you do batting practice. How was that? Let me see you swing.
It must have looked like a tough curveball, but it only goes on for a minute or two. So there he is standing at the plate. Bam. Bam.
Oh, wowzers almighty. People let him on camera.
Gleyber, I like you. Okay. Biden It just doesn't
right,
tell
yes.
lies.
You guys, did you see that? See that seamless transition into Joe Biden? From the earthquakes to batting practice to Joe Biden, seamlessly. You don't get transitions like that in the mainstream media.
He says things that are detrimental long term to the
What was that
national
face?
security interest. Just doesn't tell lies.
Thank you, Nanette. I don't even listen. I barely got the audio working. If I fucking click a button and I don't know what I'm clicking, I will literally shit myself in anxiety. But I appreciate it. Next time I'll look into it. Come on, look at this motherfucker. Looks like he's looking for fucking olive oil. Spinach.
He says things that are detrimental long term to the national security interests of the United States. So here's one in the last 2 days. I mean, one of these is enough to take him, grab him by the back of his neck, take the 25th Amendment, stick it down his throat, and throw him out of the White House.
Yeah, I don't know where they get the radical moniker from when they place it on conservatives and Republicans who say shit like this. That whole, right-wing extremism being the biggest threat to our country right now. I don't know where they get that idea from. It just makes no fucking sense to me. Does it make any sense to you? Makes no sense to me. I mean, basically you got them all saying and ready to do whatever what says missing, lived in California 65, never felt a quake, huh? All right. I do stand corrected. You must be in the good spot. Right? That can't be everybody's experience, right?
Along with,
Of course, I know Mel put that up there just to prove me wrong. I appreciate you, Mel. Thank you. Danny, thank you again. Appreciate it.
stepmother-in-chief, the number one.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Why didn't I play that back? Because that did sound like almost a direct threat against the president of the United States, if I'm not
national
mistaken.
security interests of the United States. So here's one in the last 2 days. I mean, one of these is enough to take him, grab him by the back of his neck, take the 25th Amendment, stick it down his throat, and throw him out of the White House.
Guess not. Not direct. I guess he said he could. Or could be. Close enough, though. Pretty extreme, I'd say. Anytime you say that you should possibly grab the president of the United States by the back of the neck, toss him out of the way. It's not good rhetoric. Let's just be frank to put out in the political zeitgeist. I don't know. It just doesn't really, not good.
Along with stepmother-in-chief.
I don't know if obviously, let's say in the court of law, I don't know how well that would go, but I could be, like I said, I'm not a lawyer. Maybe it is a direct threat. Either way, like I said, the rhetoric is abhorrent, and you shouldn't be talking about the president of the United States, no matter who it is, like that, whether you like him or you don't like him.
The number one coke smoker and pervert, and whoever the hell else they have in their family, which.
What? Excuse you? Excusez-moi?
Grab him by the back of his neck, take the 25th Amendment, stick it down his throat.
Okay, we're back at that. So, okay. That sounded worse the third time I heard it. Not gonna lie.
Throw him out of the White House. Along with stepmother-in-chief, the number one coke smoker and.
The guy that's sober, you're talking. The guy that's now sober and is respected and seems to be well liked by everybody he's around because he's always shaking hands with everybody and socializing, and that you're talking about that guy. You're talking about Hunter, the guy that you've been trying to take down for a long time, but just can't seem to fucking do it. Just can't seem to do it, Rudy, can you? Huh? You just don't have enough hard drives in you. I mean, yeah, hard.
And pervert, and whoever the hell else they have in their family, which doesn't get much better. And maybe somebody should say something nice about that poor kid that they're trying to destroy because they're evil. So,
What?
So Biden, remember, just a few weeks.
A few. Hold on. Where is he? These are.
You have a nasty mouth, you know that? He's going, oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Months ago, was saying that if the Republicans gave him a bill that gave him the power to close the border.
Yeah, I don't know, Mary. I'm not sure. It's just, for me, it's not worth even rewinding back to that part to try to figure it out, because we could probably look it up and spend 15 minutes fucking digging into it just to find out that it's a bunch of fucking nonsense as usual. So, no idea.
He would do so. But he needed control of the border patrol. And you might remember that we came on the air several times and said, "No, shit."
Said what? Hold on, I'll even make that big screen for that one. What'd you say, Rude? Give me that again, bud. Give me that one again.
You might remember that we came on the air several times.
Yeah.
And said, "No, shit."
Horror shit? Holy shit? I honestly have no. I'm not even joking on this one. I have no. Holy shit? Horror shit? Holy shit.
You might remember that we came on the air several times and said, "No, shit."
Anybody? What you got? Horse shit? Oh, horse shit? Maybe? Okay. All right. So I'm the only one that doesn't know. I got you. All right. I'll turn it. All right. Don't yell at me. Fucking Christ, guys. Maybe I'll turn my fucking volume up. Jeepers creepers. Everybody can hear it but me.
He has control of the border patrol. What kind of stupid thing is he saying to you?
Oh, see? Was it a horror show? No, I'm thinking I heard horror show. Oh, all right. Gesundheit, yeah. Gesundheit. I think that's probably the appropriate response, because I'm not sure what the fuck you said.
Nobody else does. It's an executive agency under the Constitution of the United States. He owns it. He's in charge of it. He can tell them to do anything he wants them to do. Okay, so he was just lying when he said that. If you give me control of the border patrol, I'll cut off. I'll close down the border. So you have to pass the bill. Then he made his
what? Like, and you wonder why Republicans are so like and uninformed, because they watch shit like this. This is fucking outrageous.
State of the Union pathetic speech where he was yelling and screaming, Republicans in the if you don't support.
That's his audio, not mine.
Yesterday, one of his lackeys said, "Oh, because the liberals are not going there. Left wing." The president never supported. President.
Yeah, what? Fucking. That's just.
Yesterday's a hard word for me.
Fucking gibberish is what that is. That's just fucking gibberish. That what? Excuse me, my parlez-vous?
One of his lackeys said, "Oh, because the liberals are not going there. Left wing." The president never supported. President.
Yeah. La. He sounds like a fucking soundboard.
The president wouldn't close the border. He was always been in favor of an open border. Thank you. That's the truth.
Border's not open. Never has been wide open.
That's why
Well, in recent years, let's say.
we have 8 million to probably 12 million disproportionately criminal people in this country.
Disproportionately criminal people. Wow. Like the fact, it's really it's mind blowing to me that that Trump and these fucking people in this group on the whole get so much support from the Hispanic community. It's wild to me because they do nothing but shit on them, their way of life, their families, their culture. That's literally all Trump. His whole fucking speeches now is just finding different crimes committed by somebody with a Spanish-sounding last name, so that he can communicate it to you in the most violent, graphic terms, so that it scares you in the biggest way possible. Is basically his ploy now for his speeches.
Country, don't get angry at me because you can't prove I'm wrong. You can't prove I'm wrong because you haven't vetted them. Even the ones you vetted, you didn't vet. How about
Even the ones you vetted, you didn't vet. You guys got that right?
four questions to the Chinese? Are you Chinese? Yes. You come to the United States? Yes. You want to get a job? Yes. Are you a member of the Chinese Communist Party? Absolutely not. Maybe a fifth.
What's happening? Speak to me. Speak to me. Twitch is missing me off. I'm assuming that's pissing me off. Let me know what's happening. We can see if we can fix it for you. Sorry about that.
Are you going to spy? Absolutely not. Just show me the way to the Pentagon. Would you mind sending me on a plane and paying for it right directly to the Pentagon? And they're all dressed up. I mean, all the rest of them look like a bunch of bums that are coming in, right, Dr. Maria? They look like one bum after another. They're all about.
God, imagine being a doctor. Imagine being intelligent enough to become a doctor and then sitting next to Rudy Giuliani sometime in your life, in your career, listening to that fucking rambling nonsense bullshit. Fucking drunken, stupid, fucking sweaty mess of a man talk nonsense. And then somehow be like, yeah, this is great. He's got no money. Nobody wants to pay the guy. He's an idiot. He's known for being in front of a fucking dildo factory or dildo shop, and sweating oil from his fucking eyebrows. I mean, how?
Anywhere from 18 to 25. They look like they're ready to loot, steal, cheat, and rape. And then you got the Chinese coming with the ties on.
They're on a marine beach.
The suits.
Oh, the Chinese? What about the Chinese? Hold on. What about the Chinese? Can you hear this one? Huh? What was that? I'm sorry. Can you give me that one again? Let's see. I think it was this one. Oh, sniffies. Oh, he's got the sniffles. That's what it is.
They try to get on.
Biden did away with the task force to root them out. I mean, look, let's face it, we have to be somewhat sympathetic. If you got $21 million, which is the minimum that he got from the red Chinese, who knows what you might sell out your country too. Would you?
All I know about magnets is this. Give me a glass of water. Let me drop it on the magnets. That's the end of the magnets.
I hope not. And I tell you what, if you answer that question, yes, get the hell off my show. All right. Go watch Rachel Madcow.
Like, I don't understand. Like, he can hear it from Trump's own mouth, his connections to China.
I just sold an apartment for $15 million to somebody from China.
Oh, jeez, ain't that fucking something?
She's anti-American, supports theories that would destroy our country. Watch it. I mean, I can't help you. You're brainwashed and you're sick. I mean, the reality is, if you can't figure out this man is owned by the Chinese, you're too stupid to really participate. I mean, first couple of months in office, he gave up an airbase 400 miles from China.
Wait a minute. So he's now saying that with the Afghanistan withdrawal initiated by Donald Trump, but conducted under Joe Biden because he had to, even delayed it as much as he possibly could. That is evidence of somehow Biden helping China, the thing that Donald Trump set up. Okay.
One of our best. Why would you do that if you weren't paid off? All this man has ever been interested in.
That's all you got? That's it? That's the one big example you're going to give us? That's going on? All right, Rudy. All right, Rudy. You successfully bored everybody to death. I'm done with you. I've had enough. I'm done with Rudy. Where am I? I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to go to this one. And I'm going to go to this one. All right. How are we doing, guys? How are we doing? Are we hanging in there? Thank you for watching Blunt Politics with Boss Brian. I am Boston Brian. And I do appreciate you being here. That was what's left of America's mayor and whatever's hasn't dribbled out of his ears from his brain leaking so far. But let's get into our next asshole, let's just say, or pair of assholes, because you'll be familiar with these guys as well.
Yesterday, I love Anthony.
I love the fact that his name is not Anthony.
No, it's Anthony.
Anthony.
Hold on.
Hey,
I gotta go
everybody,
back.
it's me, Anthony. I'm over here to tell you, you know what? Israel is becoming indistinguishable from Hamas. Let's talk about.
All right, so this is to set it up just a little bit. This is obviously Glenn Beck, Frosty the fucking blowman over here, talking about Ukraine's possible acceptance into NATO and how he's really, really upset about that. So let's hear what him and his fucking little sidekick Robin has to say.
World War III, shall we?
Oh,
Stu, tell me what you think of this cut one.
Ukraine will become a member of NATO. Our purpose at the summit is to help build a bridge to that membership and to create a clear pathway for Ukraine moving forward.
No.
oh,
Okay.
I have no notes. I can think of nothing that I would like to correct out of what he just said. So, Glenn, what do you think?
Alrighty then. Oh, that's great. Now, Stu, can you
Besides his just the weirdest laugh you could possibly ever have, as coming from somebody that has a strange laugh, apparently.
help me out? What was it that Russia said
yeah.
that the reason they were going to war was because of?
Ukraine potentially getting into NATO.
No, I think it was to denazify. I think what they said, it was to denazify Ukraine, to get rid of the so-called Nazis that were in there, right? That's what I heard. Thank you, JD. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. But that was what I heard, right? They were supposed to denazify what is a supposedly a Nazi regime led by a Jewish man, if you can put that through your fucking head.
Yeah. And so the one thing they didn't want us to do was
to push for Ukraine to be in NATO.
And so the goal of this.
No, I don't think that was it either. No, because I think the total opposite has happened, because if their whole plan was to have less countries join NATO, they've really fucked that one up, considering more countries have joined NATO since their invasion. And the only reason Ukraine isn't is because Russia has invaded their sovereign territory and there's stipulations to becoming a NATO member.
Big global conference in Europe yesterday was
to put Ukraine in NATO.
Okay, this sounds bad.
Yeah. Now look.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You fucking dick. Russia shouldn't be able to tell the rest of the world who gets in NATO and who doesn't.
I do agree with that statement. I agree with that.
But in this moment, okay,
Yes.
in the current moment that we're in,
Right.
potentially an answer somewhat like, we're in the middle of a war right now. I don't know if anyone's noticed this.
Mhm.
Perhaps we don't want to inflame tensions.
Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
discuss this a little bit more.
This is no fucking secret. Like this has been a thing. It's been known that Ukraine has been wanting to be a member of NATO for some time now. And the fact is that at some point they will absolutely be a member of NATO. They just have things to clean up, not only in their own government and in their own society, but also the bigger fucking problem that they have is the Russian mongrel on their doorstep and in their backyards. So I don't think saying that at some point, yes, Ukraine will be a member of NATO, and this is just a meeting to see how we can get all those things to work out so that they meet all the requirements to make that happen. I don't think is is that an escalation to a war that's already happening? Like what the fuck are these guys talking about? It makes absolutely no sense to me.
Of course, our policy has not changed.
Yeah,
Right. Something like that, where you're not necessarily, because the policy has been they want Ukraine.
Right.
And
He just said that. He just ruined his whole argument with that one sentence.
president has not changed that policy.
Mhm.
So, Blinken, of course, our policy has not changed.
Yeah,
Right. Something like that, where you're not necessarily, because the policy has been they want Ukraine.
Right.
And
Correct. The policy has been that they want Ukraine to become a member of NATO. Just killed his whole argument.
the president has not changed that policy. So, Blinken can't come out and say that's not the policy anymore, but he could probably be a little bit more judicious with the way he talks about this in the middle of hundreds of thousands of people dying on a.
Because of whom? Why are those people dying? Why? What's his name? Stu? Blue? Clue? Fucking Glue? Whatever his fucking asshole name is. Can you explain to me why are those people dying? What is the reason that those people are dying, sir? Can you think of what initiated that whole process in which began the killing of hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians? Who did that? Who the fuck is responsible for that? Dickhead.
Battlefield.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good safety
okay.
tip.
Mhm.
Now, you're not the Secretary of State.
Thank fucking Jesus. Thank you. Amen.
So,
I'm thinking I might be qualified for it after today, though. Like
what makes you qualified? The fact that you wipe Glenn's ass because he can't reach it himself? That's what makes you qualified? The fact that you look like a fucking Pee Wee Herman stuffed fucking wax figure in Madame Tussauds museum? Is that what makes you qualified? You vampire-looking motherfucker.
I'd have thought I was way too much of an idiot to get that job, but
I don't think
You were correct. You're absolutely correct. You also need to be able to open both eyes, I guess, is one of the requirements for becoming a high-ranking member of our national security team. So you're out.
main qualification.
Yeah, I don't think you are. I don't think you are. Now, at the same table, at the same time, the president of France, Macron,
who has been growing on me, let's just say. He has been growing on me. Man is like, I don't know, he woke up and somehow just said fucking, and he wants to go all in. And I'm all for it. It's, he's in Europe. It's a European war, and they shall defend themselves as they see fit to defend themselves from future incursions. So, although I would like it to be a little more of a cohesive message between all of the major powers that are, backing Ukraine in this situation. So, fucking Emmanuel Macron. Thank you.
Macron has been saying lately he's thinking about sending troops. Now, remember, another thing Russia.
And I'm going to tell him right now why I think sitting in this fucking $2 million studio with the fucking tub of lard hanging over my fucking belt buckle because I haven't ran or jogged or hit a treadmill in the last fucking 37 years. I'm going to be the one to tell the president of France in Europe during a European war how he can and can't defend his country or his fucking allies and neighbors.
Is said is you guys get involved, then you're involved, and I target you as well. So Macron, now help me out.
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid? Why?
Because we may have slipped through another wormhole.
No.
Okay. In the universe that I went to sleep in last night, France were wusses.
What?
France never, I mean, they were not exactly they were lovers, they weren't fighters.
All right. Okay, Glenn. All righty, Glenn. Let's see here. French riot speed cameras. All right, let's see here. Videos. Let's see. Okay, let me share this tab instead. I'm gonna do this.
The French government had hoped the Christmas break would bring an end to these protests, but weekend number 9 in towns and cities across France.
Let me just preface this by saying this is because the French government put up speed cameras. Speed cameras, okay? I think they destroyed something like 80% of the speed cameras put up in the country. They fucking burnt them. Watch.
Will show there is life in the yellow vests yet. Speed cameras are their latest target. An astonishing 60% of the cameras on French roads have now been damaged or destroyed.
That was 60% at the time of this filming. Either that or I have my numbers, but I'm pretty sure it was like 80% of the total speed. Like, think of that. Think of if the United States citizens went around and destroyed 80% of speed cameras or whatever, whatever they fucking got that they can give you a ticket for. That's insane. It's insane.
Tax rates, the banks, the Constitution itself are all now on the list of grievances of a movement that a leading politician, admittedly one sympathetic to their cause, believes could see the end of President Macron himself.
It's exactly like a king.
Clearly that didn't happen, but hold on, let me see if they show the actual riots here. There you go, ready? They're fucking nuts. This is because of speed cameras. Remember, speed cameras.
Revolution.
And true to revolutionary tradition, it's the violence that's keeping the protests in the headlines across
Look at these wussies. Look at these wussies, will you please?
Europe. Last weekend, it was a former French cruiserweight boxing champion whose vicious assault on a policeman has dominated the news here ever since. That incident on this bridge sparked an impromptu.
All right, so let's just can we agree that the French are not wussies? Let's go back to this one. Let's go back to this one. And let's continue this fucking nonsense. If I have to show you more examples of French not being wussies, I'll show you more examples.
And they were the joke in the universe I came from, that like France, will surrender to your suitcase.
What are you talking about? The biggest army on the face of the planet on World War One, I believe, during World War One. The strongest, I believe, coming out of World War One. They had one of the largest armies on the fucking face of the planet, and just were unequipped and didn't have the leadership or the strategies in place to defend against the Blitzkrieg. They just were not ready for it in any way, shape, or form. The Maginot Line was a static object, basically, that could be bypassed and dealt with later. So that basically had no real effect on the whole thing. So it's to say just because of World War II, that it's just, I don't know. It's ridiculous for them to even come out with this.
So,
not a carry on. It's got to have to be a full checkable bag.
Oh, good one, Stu. Good one. Good one. Not a full suitcase, because like a full case, a suitcase is bigger. It's gotta be like a carry-on, because you can put that on the overhead, and the overhead's smaller, and that means French is smaller and weak. Good joke.
Well, not necessarily.
No,
Not
Okay.
necessarily. You may be from a different universe than I am.
Okay, that's true.
Okay. Have we slipped through a wormhole? How is
It would have to be one big fucking wormhole for you to slip through, buddy. Either that, you bought all the fucking Vaseline you could get your hands on, and the KY jelly, the shit that warms a little bit because you like that tingle because you're fucking weird. But I don't know who's making that hole, but I hope they got a big fucking drill.
it that France, of all places, is beating their chest going, you know what? We got a military.
It's literally, all right. Okay. All right. Just why I do this every time. I fall for the trap, and I'm going to fall for it again and engage with these assholes like they're normal human beings speaking shit that they actually know about. So let's see. So not for the French speed cameras. Let's see. French. Right. I'll just do French riot. Let's do that. So let's see. This one was protests over. Let's see. Police caution protesters. Over 2,636 people arrested since the unrest began. You can pick any one of them. They're all over the fucking place. They cameras. There was another one for trivial reasons. Let's see. Why is Paris always burning? Why do the French protest so much? The massive French riots just exposed a massive problem. France is burning. What was the economic cost of the riots in France? I mean, it just every single thing you point to just totally disproves everything you're saying about France.
And we're going to use it. When did that happen? Why are we listening to France?
Because they're in Europe. One of the major players in Europe. The war is in Europe. They could be affected and are affected by said war. So what the fuck are you talking about? What say do we have to tell them how they should and shouldn't, defend Ukraine and defend themselves in the process? Because this doesn't stop. Again, they're not just doing it to defend. They're defending themselves in the process. Same way Poland and fucking Estonia and all of those fucking countries over there are giving everything they possibly can, because they know that if it wasn't Ukraine fighting them, it would be them. So as bad as it is to say, better for the Ukrainian soldiers willingly to fight the Russians than just the young people in these other countries. So that's how it's going down.
Why? Okay, so Macron also said that he knows for sure Russia's going to target the Paris Olympics. They're going to do it.
Would that be totally out of the realm of possibilities? Did he say 100% they would, or did he say that it's a possibility that they could target? Because I'm pretty sure if we looked it up, he didn't say it was a 100% certainty that they were going to. He probably said that it was a possibility, just like in the United States, I believe a warning has gone out for large gatherings. Let me see here. U.S. warning, large gatherings. Sorry, my computer's like 10 feet away. News. One day ago. All right, maybe I don't know where I read that, but I thought I read it somewhere that there was a warning somewhere that went out in the United States. Maybe I'm wrong about that one. Maybe I read that one wrong. U.S. intelligence warns of. Oh, it's right here. Well, let me see if I can share it. Share this tab instead. Make it big so you can see it. I'm going to unmute it. And I'm going to do this.
This evening, we are also following this new security warning right here in the U.S. from the FBI and Homeland Security, warning of potential threats to public gatherings. The timing of this and why they're concerned tonight. Here's our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, with late reporting.
Tonight, FBI and Homeland Security officials are warning U.S. law enforcement about the potential for terror inspired by that deadly ISIS attack in Moscow, targeting a concert hall. The concern, according to the bulletin, violence targeting mass gatherings such as sports stadiums, concert venues, or houses of worship in the United States. Law enforcement told to be on the lookout for any suspicious activity. The bulletin coming just days before millions will gather to watch the eclipse on Monday. Authorities say following the Moscow attack, ISIS and its supporters celebrated the assault and shared graphic and violent attack footage, the terror group calling for similar attacks in the United States.
I'm told U.S. law enforcement is being urged to take this bulletin seriously. Sources say ISIS remains a very real threat, David.
Pierre Thomas, live in Washington. Pierre, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking
Shut
out
the
the
fuck up, George. So, I mean, it is. I mean, it's not like Macron's just saying this out of thin air, in that we don't have precedent that we've seen in Russia specifically recently, and also with the threat that we've now see ourselves under ourselves. And of course, you know damn well that the right wing, I'm surprised he's not using it to his advantage. He must have recorded this before that alert or the threat went out, because you know damn well the right is going to hop all over that and say that it's tied to the southern border somehow. Yeah, right? I thought, right, Josh? I thought he did. I thought he got 100% means all of it, right? Doesn't 100% mean 100% means 100%, right? So, but I mean, words are tough for him. Can't expect him to know all the words.
Yesterday is a hard word for me.
You know, and it's tough for him. This is probably the best he can do.
I'm
And then,
gonna
you know,
come.
and then you got the,
They call them dumps, big, massive dumps.
and then this is his leadership qualities, right?
Well, I think if they win, I should get all the credit. And if they lose, I should not be blamed at all. Okay.
That's, I mean, couldn't have said it better myself if I wanted to be a leader. That's just exactly what a leader says.
Okay, so that's good. Now, this has not been a problem at all for oil prices. I mean, yes, it went up to $90 a barrel, but that probably has something to do.
Why does he make me do this every single time? Price of oil per barrel today. Right now, it's at $86.97. So, of course, why wouldn't he round up? Why wouldn't he round up? Continue, Glenn, on your fucking ridiculous campaign.
With Iran getting ready to attack Israel and full-fledged war breaking out in the Middle East.
I'm sorry, Glenn, to break this to you, but war has been full-fledged for about 6 months now over there. I don't know if you've maybe seen some of the videos or recently, you know, the aid workers that were killed over there. But that's what I call a full-fledged war. So that's happening right now. You might say it's an escalation if other people, but to say that will kick off is the thing that will kick off everything is asinine. And I do recall Israel striking somewhere. I could be wrong.
Which would drive the price of oil through the roof. Could anybody say $200 a barrel?
No. Nope, we couldn't. No, we couldn't. They actually have it here. Let me see if I can share this. One of the questions. Share this tab. Make sure you've seen it. I'm going to make it big so you can see it. Hopefully you can see that. Question: how much will gas cost if oil is $200 a barrel? $5.84. Back in March, analysis cited by National Public Radio projected that if oil hit $200 a barrel, then the retail price of gas would be average $5.84. That was July 2022. Where that came from, how reputable the source is, I don't know. Summarily, oil could hit 300 in the next 3 to 5 years. Oil, and I mean, what a bunch of fucking bullshit. $300 a barrel. You're on your fucking tree. Out of your fucking tree. All right, let me go back to this one. Share this tab instead. You're all set. Back to you. All right, and continue. I'm going to go just a couple more minutes of this asshole, and then I want to get into, let's see here. I want to get into a couple videos I want to play.
By the way, America, the economy is built for $100 to $110 a barrel.
What?
It doesn't survive long.
What? Brian, does Israel need to exterminate Palestinians before they try to exterminate Israelis? I don't follow the question. Why would they want to exterminate themselves?
Economy, anything over that, that's what we've already priced in. If you remember,
Kind of harsh rhetoric, if I'm honest, to be using, especially towards Israel in general, and not like we talked about yesterday in talking to Hal. We could specify the government of Israel and not Israel on the whole, because it's not the people of Israel or the people of Palestine.
remember 2008, it was this sustained, what was it, Stu? $130 or $40 a barrel?
That seems high from my memory. I think it was a little lower than that.
A little lower
actually,
than
but
that?
with inflation, it would certainly be at least that high.
Right. So with inflation,
$110 in those days is like,
Yeah, it's like
190, 200, 3,000, whatever it is
I know.
today.
Yeah, I didn't make up a number, whatever the number is. We'll just say it and people will believe it because fucking we don't actually know. So just make one up, I guess. You fucking assholes.
So it was a sustained over 120. And I had been warning about it. You can't, with everything is so delicate right now, you cannot handle that. It will break the back of the economy. Well, it did. And we had the 2008. We're talking now possibly $200 a barrel. $200.
If your hypothetical situations that haven't come to fruition yet come to fruition and everything happens the way you say it happens, but there's like 47 separate steps that have to happen before that would even occur. So why don't we fucking cross that river when we get to it?
A barrel. And what is our government doing? They're saying they're not going to fill the strategic oil reserve because it's now too expensive. I don't know. I say we bite the bullet. We don't seem to have a problem sending billions of dollars overseas for, like, I don't know, France.
What? France
needs animal crackers. Let's get them.
France need animal cracker. What the fuck are you talking about?
Let's get the animal crackers to France, quick. They need $10 billion for animal crackers. We seem to find the money to do whatever we want. Why can't we find the money to fill the strategic oil reserve from the people who brought you Afghanistan?
Hey, who actually brought us Afghanistan? Actually, who actually put us in that position? This guy sounds insane. He is insane. Honestly, he sounds more insane today than I've seen him in recent clips. He's definitely off the deep end with this one.
Comes an empty street.
Think he's making fun of France because of Vietnam. Well, then we'd have to be shitting on ourselves at the same time too. No, I mean that wouldn't really make much sense either. I'm not saying that you're wrong. He very well could be, but wouldn't really make much sense in the whole grand scheme of things, considering fucking United States citizens were spitting on Vietnam vets as they were coming home from the war. So was it better or worse? Were they treated better or worse coming home? I think is the fucking way you should judge that one. Were they spit on when they came home in France?
Strategic oil reserve. Who would have seen it coming?
And of course, no.
I'm not hugely familiar on the whole thing. So oil was $21 a barrel in 1998, and Bush said it was too high. By 2008, he had increased the price to 198 with a war. Like I said, I'm not hugely familiar with the whole transition of oil and the strategic oil reserves, definitely something I'd have to look more into before I could comment before. But I mean, before I could give a definitive answer, a definitive comment on it. But I'm not gonna. I can't say that you're wrong or right. I know that Donald Trump nearly killed the oil industry and then had to negotiate with OPEC to raise the price of oil because he fucking somehow thought it would be great to just make it as low as he possibly fucking could. No, thank you, Pokey. Thank fucking you.
Weapons, because we gave them all to other countries.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a good call too. Like he seems, why is he so scared at the point that the United States is producing the most oil that we ever have, and again using less rigs that create less problems for the environment, yada yada yada. Where was this? Was he talking about this when Donald Trump was having that whole Rocket Man situation with Kim Jong-un? You know, my button's bigger than your button, and fire and fury like you've never seen before. Was this a concern? Was that one of your concerns, Glenn, back then?
Going
Yeah,
on as
that
well.
going. Oh, and by the way, because of corruption and everything else in our government, all of our F-35s, only 25% of them are mission capable. But don't.
No, I don't know if it's. I don't think that's fucking correct either. Hold on, I don't think that's correct either. Let me see if I can find the. It is a pogo.org. Because I think something like they want 50% of the aircraft to be combat ready. Obviously, some of the other ones are being fixed or maintained or flew back to the United States for other purposes or are flying different missions or are associated with different battle groups. So obviously, you're not going to have 100% of the planes be battle ready. But let me just see if I can pull up so we can actually fact check what he's talking about. Let me do .org. Let's see, pogo.org, and then I'll do F-35. Let's see here. Maybe this one. Let's see, 1.4 billion. This might not be the one. This is one of them that actually says how many DoD testing office. I mean, let's not get it twisted. The F-35 program was a fucking debacle from the beginning, but since then they have you know, the problem is that Lockheed Martin is too involved in it was written into the negotiations and the contract that Lockheed Martin would be heavily involved in the maintenance and the getting of the equipment, and so basically they could keep getting revenue in, but it seemed to have put a big damper on, you know, time of maintenance and ease of maintenance and getting the aircraft to be battle ready. So this says right here, the portion of the F-35 fleet that is supposed to be ready to fight at a moment's notice has full mission capabilities rate of only 48%. So that's how many are supposed to be ready, and it says, well, undoubtedly say 30. So basically 30% of them in the F-35 fleet, 30% of the F-35 fleet in 2023 was reported for fully mission capable. And they want to be at a 48% rate. So lower, obviously, than they would like, but we have other planes. We have one of the most extensive militaries on the face of the planet. So I think if it ever came to that, we would be okay in that area, let's just say.
Don't worry, it was just the most expensive airplane ever built.
So it's more like an F.
It's the most expensive weapons program that we have undertaken. It's not the most. I mean, it's kind of strange to say the most expensive plane ever built. I don't know if each plane is actually the most expensive, but in totality, the weapons program is the biggest undertaking the Department of Defense has undertaken.
9 or an F8.
Yeah.
That's what we have left.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the F8s didn't.
Colonel Sanders. Oh shit. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Work.
Right.
So also we have Anthony Blinken yesterday. I love Anthony.
I love the fact that his name is not Anthony.
No, it's Anthony.
Anthony.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Anthony. I'm over here to tell you, you know what? Israel is becoming indistinguishable from Hamas. You know what I'm saying?
This guy is on fucking. What do you get into? Hunter's old stash, you think? What happened here?
Because they're doing too many bada bings and bada booms. And they got to stop.
Because if anybody has ever heard Anthony Blinken speak, that is clearly how he sounds. Right?
Bada booms.
I might support him if he sounded like that.
You know,
I might be
would
okay
least,
with it.
I would at least enjoy this trip to World War III.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
It's a much more fun version.
So we got a little World War III, huh? You know?
Yeah, let's just be, as blasé and the fucking ridiculous. I don't understand. Somehow it's almost hard to critique people that are this fucked up and this far gone from reality and delusional, but think they're so right. That's the problem with you. All right, let's get out of this asshole. I'm done with him. I'm done with you, Glenn, and I'm done with this guy. Let's go to Glenn's voice. I'm done with this guy. Hey, and I'll finish with this guy. Oh, you know what I haven't done the whole time is this, because that's my name. And then Slav Ukraine up there. I haven't done that the whole time. Sorry, Mel. You probably texted me to tell me to do that. I just haven't seen it. My apologies. All right. Where are we going next? Bri? Let's take it to, you know what I really wanted to do? Let's check in on Donald Trump. Let's check in on Donald Trump and see what he's been truthing. What has he been truthing? Share this one. Let me get back over here. Then I'm gonna do a little bit of this. Where'd you go? I'm gonna do a little bit of this. I'm gonna do a little bit of this. I'm gonna make his page a little bigger. Can I make his page bigger? I don't think I can. I can't, but you can see it. All right, so let's see what he's been posting. Donny boy, Cost America, great. Is this him? Biggest night in fundraising of all time. We'll double up the Biden number of last week in Radio City. People are desperate for change. Oh, that's good. That's what I could play. Why don't we check that one out? Let's do this. I'll go to my YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel there, and then we'll go to my Come on. Where are you? Come on. We'll go to my history there. And do this one. Make it a little bigger. All right. Wait. All right. So can you see it? Make sure you can see it. All right. Everybody can see it. Exit full screen. No, I don't want to exit full screen. All right, Don. What do you get to say for me here? Let's hear Ben. We'll hear Ben address it. Actually, no. Let's not have Ben address it. Ready?
I'm going to give you more tax cuts. Here, he says it. Play this clip.
You're all wealthy people. I know a lot of you come. They have so much money. They can give you so much money.
You're all wealthy people. They got so much money. Something.
We did largest tax cuts in history. Think of it. Our military.
More leaked footage of Donald Trump saying that Americans who don't support him are more dangerous than Vladimir Putin, in his opinion. Play the clip.
This country has, other than the enemy from within. You know, the enemy on the outside is Russia, China. No, we can handle them if you have a smart president. But we have an enemy from within. We have some very sick people. And I always said, our country will never be a socialist country. And I was right. Unfortunately, they went directly to communism, okay? They skipped socialism along the way.
And here's Donald Trump praising the architect of his family separation policy, saying that he would bring him back and saying everything you did to separate families was impressive. Here, play this clip.
I want to say to Tom Homan, there's a very impressive group behind me, and it's a far more impressive group over there. But I just want to say to Tom, who's been my friend for a long time, as most of the people behind me have, they're incredible. And we're working on the border together. Tom made a pledge. If you win, I'm coming back.
And from the same leaked footage, here's Donald Trump praising Laura Loomer as Donald Trump was posting articles by Laura Loomer attacking Justice Juan Merchan's daughter, who is the judge in the Manhattan District Attorney criminal case against Donald Trump. Here he is praising Laura Loomer. Play this clip.
We have a lot of great friends and a lot of great people. Laura, how are you? You look so beautiful, as always. That's a woman with courage. You don't want to be Loomered. If you're Loomered, you're in deep trouble. That's the end of your career, in a sense. Thanks, Laura.
Now,
Look at the sycophants over there, huh? Unfriggin' believable. And let me see if I can find, if I can even do this. I'll go back and play the one that he had a few months ago, too. Let's see, I go back here to my history. Unfortunately, I think it was a T clip that I had to find it off of. Of course, no, I'm not going to be able to find it. It's me. Don't want to watch that. I'll just type it in. Thought I watched it. ABC Laws, 19 News, Green Knob. Oh, right here. Sorry, I know it's not a favorite, not our favorite channel, but that's irrelevant. I'm just playing it for the clip. It's the only place I could find the clip. Ready? Here we go.
He's a star, but a lot of times people say, well, this is going to be easy for him, and then they forget to vote. They don't go out to vote. You got to get out and vote, but you got to help him financially because you're all people that have a lot of money. I know.
You got to help me financially because you're all people that have a lot of money.
20 of you, and you're rich as hell.
You're rich as hell.
So anything you are going to do, quadruple it. It doesn't mean it.
So anything that you're going to give, quadruple it.
You just, you know, you can back him and write checks for him and do everything, and then we're going to close the border. We're going to give you tax cuts.
We're going to close the border. We're going to give you tax cuts.
Checks for him and do everything, and then we're going to close the border. We're going to give you tax cuts. We're going to pay off our debt. Everything, and then we're going to close the border. We're going to give you tax cuts. We're going to pay off our debt.
All right. So nothing new. This was, let's see. This was from, I think this is from 3 months ago. When was this posted? Does it say? I think it's from 3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3 months ago. It says right here, 3 months. So, I mean, this is nothing new. It's not like he's afraid to come out and say what he's actually going to do, what he's thinking, what he's feeling. I've told you before about the deportation process that he has in mind, and the giving asylum to police officers so they can be as brutal as possible to go in and forcibly remove American citizens from their homes and deport them. So basically, where's that going? So just listen to the shit that's coming out of his own mouth. It's just, there's nothing really more that you have to do. So let's see if I can go back to his asshole social. Is the truth of the social. Let's go he. I love this guy. Is just hilarious. Everything he posts, he thinks it's a zinger. What's this one? What do we got here? Playing? You playing it? Playing it? No play? Doesn't want to play? This is what you get from Truth Social. Videos that don't play. One more try. Okay, not gonna happen. Not gonna. Oh, son of a beeswax. Here we go. Truth Social's a shit. Oh, we should check his. We should check the stock price too. What did it finish at on Friday? Anybody know? What's this one? Governor Doug Biden, the voter intensity and support of President Biden is deep. They understand that they were better off under President Trump than they are right now under Joe Biden. Horseshit. Not even close. Not even a little bit. So he's not writing anything anymore? He's just posting shit? He's posted this biggest fun night in 400 times. Oh, here we go. Here we go. One day ago. Let's go. These are my favorite. These are my favorite. Can you see this? Let me make sure you can see this. I'm going to do this one so you can see the whole thing. All right. There we go. Ready? Crooked Judge Juan Marchand is not allowing me to talk. He's taken away my First Amendment rights. He's got me gagged because he doesn't want the facts behind the gag to come out. How many corrupt, biased, crooked Joe Biden Protection Agency New York judges do I have to endure before somebody steps in? I had New York federal judge Lewis Kaplan with a woman who I never knew and I had nothing to do with until she sued me for quote-unquote defamation. She did not know what day, month, or year the supposed incident took place. She knew nothing. Kaplan, a Hillary friend, wouldn't even let my lawyers put on a proper case, made it 2 cases instead of 1 case, took away my American right to defend myself, and was a crazed bully, capitalized for some reason, as his wife and friends, and sat in the courthouse every day in their little roped-off section and prodded him in awe. This mysterious lady who said rape is sexy got $91 million. So that's what you should be mad at, not the person that raped her, which is why she got $91 million. But you should be mad at the fact that she got the money. Oh, tell me that. Oh, page 2. There's a page 2. Let's go. Let's go. Page 2. Page fucking 2. Because page 1 wasn't enough. Truth Social doesn't give me enough characters. Gonna have to change that. I'm gonna have to speak to the guy that owns that. If it doesn't go out of business first. Then, of course, we have Arthur Engeron, a total lunatic whack job who ruled that I should pay an almost $500 million quote-unquote fine for having done nothing wrong. No victims, no damages, ironclad disclaimer, only success. In fact, he was the one who committed fraud when he purposefully, at the direction of racist, corrupt AG Letitia James, undervalued Mar-a-Lago at $18 million fucking dollars. Hold on, page 3. Where's page 3? Page 3. Page 3's a biggie. Page 3's a biggie. Now we have Marchand, who is not allowing me to talk. Like I said in page 1, you can go to page 1, and I said that same thing, thereby violating the law and the Constitution all at once. It is so bad what he's trying to get away with. For some reason, stops the sentence there with how was he even chosen for the case? 3 fucking question marks. He heard he fought like hell to get it, and all of the rest of them also. If this partisan hack wants to put me in the clink. If this partisan hack wants to put me in the clink for speaking the open and obvious truth, I will gladly become a modern day Nelson Mandela. Hold on. I got something for that. Hold on. I got something for that.
Fuck you! You fucking dick!
What?
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid? Why?
I will be a modern day Nelson Mandela. Are you fucking out of your tree? Holy full-blown delusion. That is what we call a full-blown fucking delusion, folks. All right. It will be my great honor. We have to save our country from these political operatives masquerading as prosecutors and judges, and I am willing to sacrifice my freedom for that worthy cause. We are a failing nation, but on November 5th, we will become a great nation again. Make America great again. All right, is there another one? Hold on. Let's go. Oh, that's just fucking him. Damn. I like when he does it himself. I don't like, yeah, we don't care about that. Give me one more. There's got to be one more. Yes, let's go. Let's go. I love it. All right. Brad Knott is a strong patriot who's running for Congress in North Carolina's 13th district. Against a rhino, Kelly Daughtry, who has given money to the far-left Democrats, pledged to vote for Obama, and is no friend to MAGA, a former federal prosecutor. Brad will fight hard to support our great law enforcement and military, secure our border, protect our always under siege Second Amendment, and hold Joe Biden under the radical left accountable for their unconstitutional lawfare, corruption, and election interference. The runoff for this important race is May 14th, so get out and vote. Brad Knott has not a chance. I mean, who has a complete and total endorsement. He will never let you down. Guy's fucking fried. Come on, one more. Give me something. Yes. 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 You have got to be shitting me. Oh, man. That's too good. It really is too good. That is awesome. Are you guys still with me? Thank you for hanging with me. Blunt Politics with Boston Brian. It gets funnier every fucking week. It really does. Send him to the clink is right. Send him to the fucking clink is right. All right, enough of this asshole. Let's finish it off with my YouTube. I want to watch a little bit of what's going on in Ukraine because the last friggin' several times I've tried to do this. Here we go.
Day 773 of the Ukrainian war map, also known as the...
I'm going to make this bigger for you guys to see. And I'm going to make sure you can see it. All right, you guys are seeing it. All right, so we're just going to get a little rundown of, what's been going on lately in Ukraine, because I know what's been happening in between Israel and Palestine has seriously taken the focus off of the plight of the Ukrainian people and the desperate need they have for not only air defense capabilities, but also offensive capabilities, artillery shells. Luckily, they have been receiving some huge support from surrounding nations for what happened? What link? What link did I do? Wrong link? I don't know. I didn't do a link. Anyway. What up, fucking Slacks? How are you, my man? How's everything? Hope you're well, dude. Hope you're having a good day. So basically, just want to make sure that what's going on in Ukraine stays on the forefront. Like as many of you guys know, our good friend Philip Ittner, friend of the show, friend of Hal's show, is starting his new podcast. As soon as I get the date of start for that, I'd love to hand that out to everybody else because he's got some unbelievable insights. Obviously, being in Ukraine, in Kyiv, but also just his past knowledge from living in Russia and also his time in Ukraine. But he said himself that you can tell just by the press corps, the population of the press corps there has really, really been slimmed down since the beginning of the conflict. He says they fly in, they'll do a week or two, do a couple pieces. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I appreciate you, dude. Super sticker. Anybody who's given a super sticker, anybody who's given a joined as a membership or hit the Patreon or even just a like or share to subscribe, I do appreciate you guys. I appreciate you hanging with me, especially through all the technical issues. To have almost 800 people in here, I'm awesome. I'm pleased with that. Yeah, definitely check out philipittner.com. He'll probably have more updates than I currently could give you. So let's just check out what happened. Day 773, the war, the Russia's brutal invasion of Ukraine.
Russo-Ukrainian war. Juzzy here, and today is another update as I take a simplified and down-to-earth approach to some of the most important happenings on the ground in Ukraine. So we'll take a look at those Russian losses, as currently Russia sits on more than 400 and...
All right, so 447,510 personnel eliminated from the battlefield on this 24-hour stretch alone. You have 820 Russian soldiers that were eliminated from the battlefield, 17 tanks, 54 armed combat vehicles, which is just a fucking ludicrous amount, 54 artillery pieces, 4 MLRSs. It's just the amount of equipment and people being chewed up, for lack of a better word, is astonishing.
47,000 military.
But again, as Philip says and reiterates, looking at this as somebody from the West, we definitely get a different impact from the number we see there. We will get, oh my God, but the Russians don't have that oh my God moment for a body count like we do. So let's not be fooled into thinking that this will in some way impact the Russians' state of mind going forward.
Personnel losses, which represents an additional 820 losses in the past day. And given these figures, it warrants a repeat mention that Russian disability pension statistics showed a 30% year-on-year increase between 2022 and 2023 for a value that amounted to an additionally staggering 507,000 extra Russians. And so for an annual increase jump of 30%, that's considered statistically significant,
Enormous. Enormous.
suggesting that some type of cataclysmic event has occurred, perhaps even a war. And of course, I refer to the wounded here, and at least just for the year 2023. Then, as for hardware, and what an absolutely mammoth day that has been, with 17 tanks plus 54 APVs and artillery. Due to multiple and seemingly almost simultaneous battlefield engagements in the last day. Then we'll head across to the map and briefly start out in Russia's Orsk region, as a dam in the southwestern city has completely collapsed, worsening the ongoing floods.
So if anybody that's been following, Russian or Ukrainian Telegram channels, or anybody on Reddit, you'll see that Russia is dealing, a few of these towns are dealing with substantial flooding upon, just added on top of their the misery that they're already facing from the government that has treated them so brutally.
That were already in the area. So far, it appears that the situation is rapidly deteriorating as the city braces for further damage. And the event is somewhat reminiscent of the Russian army's destruction of Ukraine's Kakhovka hydroelectric power dam from some time ago. Although the main differentiating factor of the two is that the Kakhovka dam was intentionally destroyed by the Russian military, whereas the dam in Orsk...
I'm sure a lot of you guys remember when that happened, and the destruction that was caused by that act, and the environmental ramifications that come from that. It's just, beyond comprehension for what we've seen in this country. We couldn't even fathom something like that happening.
Was likely as a
result of an act of an enemy, let's say.
Result of poor planning or maintenance instead. Then we'll head down south to the southwestern Russian region, as Ukrainian military intelligence claimed an explosion at an oil pipeline near the town of Azov in the Rostov Oblast. The pipeline, which funneled oil products to tankers in the Azov seaport, was allegedly destroyed, suspending the loading of tankers indefinitely. Ukraine's military intelligence apparatus also released a video purportedly capturing the blast, but did not disclose who was specifically behind it or even who recorded the footage. And as expected, the agency referred to the pipeline as a military target, stating it was used by the aggressor to support the war against Ukraine. Then moving along on the map, with a lot of activity in the last day, we'll head to the Donbas region.
Trench cats. You gotta love the trench cat videos. I mean, it's really, honestly, the animal videos, to go off topic just for a second, the animal videos and the relationships between the animals and the frontline soldiers is, I don't know, like through generations of battles and wars, is something that has occurred all over the place. And you can find examples of that from any war that had a camera attached to it, where cats, dogs, whatever it may be, just having that companionship, just having that, that friend, that sense of normalcy in a frontline battle in the trenches is I don't know. It's I'm sure it's hard to explain for a soldier what that means to them.
Region, as a Russian armored column tried to push near Crimea through Ukrainian lines, but was torn apart by artillery and drones. And it would appear that the Russian forces are attempting to exploit the shell famine situation of the Ukrainian army. But so far, their prime...
So what he's trying to get in is, I think he's saying that the Russians are trying to make a push now because of the reports and like Estonia finding over 1 million shells. I think Czech found what was it? Procured 800,000 artillery shells for Ukraine. So once those start flowing in, which they should very soon, then Ukraine's definitely going to be able to amp up the rate of fire, which means they'll be able to chew up more tanks, which is why I think Russia was trying to make this push before, any of that stuff happens.
Primary achievement is some devastating and consistent losses. Of course, very recently, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, General Alexander Syrsky, stated that although Ukraine doesn't currently have the artillery shells for offensive operations, it does in fact have enough to perform defensive operations on most axes of attack. Which takes me further south on the map, where Syrsky also stated that Chasiv Yar remains under Ukrainian control despite heavy battles just east of the city.
So if I have enough time remaining, I'll go to the Reddit and I'll show you some of the actions taking place near Chasiv Yar. Seems to be kicking off a little bit if it hasn't already been kicked off there, let's say.
As Russian forces continue their attempts to break through Ukrainian defenses. Interestingly, back on April 5th, Russian proxies claimed that Moscow troops had entered Chasiv Yar, but Ukraine's military later refuted that statement. And this actually isn't very uncommon for Russia to call a land capture.
To lie? Yes, no, it's not unusual for the Russians to lie and use propaganda to their benefit.
Early, or call it even if it never existed. It's really a mixed bag with the Russian military as they attempt to speed up a chance to give their army a bit of a morale boost. Although the closest guess would be that Russia was referring to this frontline protrusion east of the city. Syrsky also went on to...
I don't know if you can see my mouse on your screen, but if you can see that little poke out there is basically what the Russians were trying to say when this is the town, basically. You know what I mean? So to say that they had taken the town or anywhere near the town because of this little fucking sliver is obviously asinine.
To express the tough conditions, with Russia forming counteroffensive operations day and night in an attempt to reach the administrative borders of Donetsk, which Russia still has a long road to hoe to get to that point, far out. Which then all leads me down to Berdychi, with fierce battles and therefore a notable inclusion of additional vehicles lost from the Russian forces during the Russian army's latest push into the settlement. And I'll zoom right in there for that one. So there we go.
So Berdychi.
And as far as Berdychi is concerned, they're pushed to the...
You can see it's just in the north of Semevienka.
The river bodies. And so this latest Russian push, if you will, took 5 weeks to traverse this distance, which totaled about 1 single kilometer.
I'm sorry, did he just say 5? Did he say 5 days or 5 weeks for 1 kilometer?
This distance, which totaled about 1 single kilometer from further back near to Stepova. And so from here, well, it's not actually known if Russia has a clear and strong ambition to push beyond this point, past the river, or if they were more or less stretching their resources thin to occupy the remainder.
Imagine that. Imagine being able to claim, or having Americans or fucking Republicans, to be more specific, claim that Russia is winning when literally it's taken them 5 weeks to gain a kilometer, 1 fucking kilometer, and who knows how many men, machines, ammunition they expended to get that fucking far. That's ridiculous.
Of the area up close to those said water bodies. But having said that, they actually do still have a little bit of some way to go. Then, somewhere in the east, a Russian tank carrying roughly 25 infantrymen, mostly on top, hit a landmine, forcing a mass retreat on foot, just running for the hills. So as you can see, more armored vehicles are clearly required for scenarios like these, as opposed to this overcrowding approach. Then, also in the east, overnight, a Ukrainian tank crew from the 95th Air Assault Brigade snuck forward and stole a Russian T-72B3, so the 2016 variant, equipped with a massive drone jammer. The tank is now in Ukrainian possession. And
Let's
in fact, this
go.
one actually happens to the north near Crimea, near to all of those other losses. Then somewhere else in the east, in the Donetsk Oblast, a Ukrainian drone chases down a moving Russian T-72 tank, dropping a warhead on the engine deck of the tank, disabling it. The fallout
Let's see.
that
Let's see
was
if I
later
can
seen of the destroyed vehicle,
find what
which
he's
turned
talking
out to
about.
be a tank with a mine roller. And this must be now the third mine roller I've seen deployed in as many weeks by the
Ready?
Russian
Check
forces,
it out.
seemingly
Look
suggesting
at
that
that.
they're getting the message that they're operating within a
Look
veritable
at that. Will you
minefield
please?
of a
No, thank you. I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be in that tank. No, I don't. Look at that thing. Nothing left, huh? I mean, what is that? Doesn't even look like a tank. Good God. No thanks. All right, let's see. And I was talking about this. Remember, I was talking about the cats. Let's check this out. Ready? Trench cat. Keeping watch. Just keeping watch, you know? I'll meow. If anybody comes, any Russians come, I'll give you a meow or a paw. You go to sleep. I'll chill here. Don't worry about it. I got the night watch. God, I love shit like that. Love shit like that. What else we got? Let's see. Nope, can't show that one. Which raid? Let's see. Yeah. You do anything?
У нас контакт, мы разъебашили. Сейчас будем ебашить еще.
Grenada! God, I've wanted to say that for a long time. Grenada! So this is if I'm reading this, what's going on here, right? And I'll zoom out and see if I can read the. I believe this is Russian on Russian. The winter raid in Belgorod Oblast, Freedom of Russia Legion, January 2024. So you're hearing Russian, obviously, and it was the Russian writing on the screen because this is the Russian separatists fighting in Belgorod, Russian on Russian. That's if anybody was confused on why you're hearing Russian. Dud? It didn't go off. I didn't hear his grenade go off. I mean, clearly, anybody that knows anything will clearly recognize the snow, and it's January. I mean, clearly, a lot of these videos come out later, so they as not to, give away too much of the information as where they are, what they're doing, that type of stuff. Let's see what else we got. Seems a bit boring.
By the heartless, it's been uncovered, we are born again. Eternal life is present in our own
I
domain.
don't think I can show that one. Not suitable for work. I can't show. Ukrainian army soldiers with military instructors from Denmark learning how to capture Russian positions during a trench clearing exercise. This is the stuff you love to see, though. You know what I mean? Other countries, their military doing their best to try to train the Ukrainian soldiers on the best techniques, how to stay alive, what you can and can't do. This is what it's all about, really, is the participation. What motivates Trump's hatred of Ukraine? Lev Parnas. That's in the Kyiv Post. I have to give that a read. Not on stream. I don't have that much time left. I'll get a couple more of these in. Magyar shows delivery of remaining boat motors, new drone EW systems, and discusses equipment purchases and new fundraiser. Look at that thing. Look at that thing, will you please? Trench Cat, was it? Trench Cat was my band's name, did it say? That's a fucking good band name. I won't lie to you on that one. That's a good band name. Trench Cat was my band's name in high school. Let's go. Oh, thank you. And you threw into it. You're the best. You guys are fucking so awesome. Really, you are. I mean, the love and support, and you know, just seeing how much you guys appreciate and are willing to donate, and the people that can, unbelievable. If you can't, like I said, the subscribing is free, liking the stream is free, sharing it is free. You know, watch time, that type of stuff is all stuff that you can do without coming out of pocket with any dollars. Check out patreon.com/BostonBrian. You can check out the memberships down below for just a few dollars a month. You can help really basically create this channel right in front of your eyes and help me do it, because we're going from bare bones and we're trying to make this thing something that, you know, people will talk about and people will discuss and make this a force in the industry, and, you know, at least have some sway in you know, the shit that we say here in this community and in the communities that we're a part of all over the YouTube platform. Then yeah, Venmo, you know what? Sorry, I'm an asshole. The whole time. Wasn't there. I'll put it. Venmo's up in the top. Not that top. That. Where's the top? That's it's in the fucking corner of the fucking. I don't know. It's up there somewhere. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's one of those corners. Everything's backwards, like me. Yes, Robin. I hate all of it. So just a couple more minutes remaining. Let's see. This is probably too long to play, so I won't even start. Let's see if we can get a couple shorter clips. Get a good feeling. Pilot view from the Ukrainian. I always like these ones. Oh, you know what was a good one too? Did you guys see that one of the Ukrainian boy that stood out in the field with the flag, greeting all the helicopters? Look at that view. Not a bad view. Let's see if I can find that one. Kharkiv last night, the Russian army dropped a bomb in a residential high-rise building in Kupiansk, killing a woman at 3:30. The rescuers of the state emergency service completed the rescue operations. Terrible. Look at that, you fucking bastards. You fucking bastards. What is the military objective there, people? What is the purpose of that? What is the military objective? Unreal. Here we got a Swedish delivered CV-90 infantry fighting vehicle. Look at that thing. Peter with the super sticker. Thank you so much, dude. I apologize if I miss anybody, but when I'm looking at the other websites, I can't see anything of what's going on StreamYard. So I apologize if I'm missing. I know Mel does her best at the end. I know she's got them starred, so I'll go through them here in a minute or two, and we'll get people some recognition on their generosity. But dying to see if I can find this video. Wasn't that far back from the last time I remember. Come on. Is it this one? No, this is the video that we were just watching. That was ooh. And the other one. Come on. I'm gonna find it. Yeah, they're not suitable for work, so what you don't want to show on stream. What do you got here? Footage of the Russian freight train seemingly derailed by partisans near Moscow. Let's go. Thank you, Foggy. Jesus Christ. Look at that shit, huh? That's going to be a pain in the ass to clean up. All right. It's sidetracked. I have ADD. That's the problem. All right. Let's find it. Come on, Bri. Let's go, baby. We're getting close, I think. Let's go. Let's go out on a good note. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, hold on. That means I got to play it without sound because it's fucking copyright. Let me go back to the beginning. There we go. It sucks that I can't play the music because it's copyright, but what are you going to do? So these are the helicopters. This little boy in the middle here that you can see holding the Ukrainian flag goes out there every day to greet these people as they go on to their missions and come back from their missions. So what the Ukrainian soldiers are doing now is one of the helicopters has landed. Basically, they're giving the Ukrainian boy some gifts, some show of appreciation for him coming out and greeting them on all of their missions. So you can see one of the guys has just come out of the helicopter, gives the boy a package, probably salutes, says, "Thank you very much. We appreciate you." And it's right back onto the helicopter because obviously you can't stay in one place too long. But just a, nice nice gesture. So something, a cool thing to end our show on today, So whatever you guys can do to support Ukraine, there's a million ways that you can do it. There's United 24. There's also any of the Ukrainian styled merch that we have down below in the YouTube channel and also on at Get Them Shirts, my Shopify. It every single penny, every single dollar goes to United 24 to help their fight and to to do our part and to not. I mean, sitting here in the microphone is doing one thing and trying to raise awareness, but what they really need is food, ammunition, goods, drones, vehicles, the whole 9 yards. So whatever you guys can do, I would appreciate it. And thank you to everybody here. Let's go through the list. Let's go. Ooh, look at this. Holy shit. Jolie, thank you so much. Benny Loco. Nick went with his family. I hope he's having a good time. Treva, Kitty, Crystal, Brian, Carl, Colleen, Nanette, Kathy, Deanne again, Diana, Dexy. That's like 8 Ds in a row. 4AL for life. Lucky Star, Debunker, WW, Danny, Nanette. Let's see here. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Danny, Nanette, where are you? Nanette, Miss Allie, Danny again, JD, Monica, Valerie, Robbie, Slacks, Valerie, Rocks, Michael, Susie, Edward, fucking the Daily Beaver, Peter, all over the place, Foggy, Ozark G. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I fucking really appreciate you guys being here. Again, thank you for sticking with me through the fucking ridiculousness of sound problems. I know, Mark, thank you so much. Thank you for your services to the mods. Thank you guys for all your help, everything that you guys do. Tanya, Mel, Andrea, fucking Mark, the whole crew. You guys, it takes everybody to make this thing work. It's not just me. It couldn't just be me. It's impossible to do it by yourself. Who did I miss? West Bragg? I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to miss you. Let me emphasize you right now. You are emphasized. I appreciate you very much. I don't know why I have to look at the opposite way, but I do appreciate you. This right here is loved. Let me massage you. Let me give you a head massage. I'll give you a nice head massage. How's that? Okay. I don't know, see where the fuck is your car? What the fuck you asking me where your car is? You probably left it at the bar last night because you got so drunk off a beer. But what are you going to do? Blue Karma, thank you very much for the super sticker. You guys are awesome. Again, to the mods, to you guys, I do appreciate it. Gen X George, if you see this, I hope you're well, buddy. I hope you keep recovering as fast as you told me you were. And, well, I hope to see you in here a lot more and keep you in here for a lot longer. So thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Have a fucking great weekend. Help somebody out. Call your family. I say it all the time. Call your family. Tell them you love them. 2 seconds, 3 seconds of time that you would really appreciate. God forbid. Red Sox Angels now. Let's go. Go Sox. Go fucking Sox. Daphne, I didn't forget you. I have problems running the mouse and shit, let's say. I'm sorry, Def. I do appreciate you. Know I appreciate you. Anybody I did forget, I do apologize. It was not on purpose at all whatsoever. So thank you to everybody. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Until next time, this is Blunt Politics with Boston Brian. I hope we do it again every week, 1 p.m. Sundays, Eastern Standard Time here from Boston. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
Why?
Hey, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe, please. Patreon.com/Boston Brian. I love you guys. Have a good one. Why? I don't know. It just does not let me leave. It doesn't want me to leave. You guys don't want me to leave. I don't want to leave. I'm going to continue to hang around because I'm just trying to fucking get the hell out of here.